What up, dick? I don't know why I came in like that, but hey, why not start the RE collab for NIKKE? So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll try. Why not? We'll see my luck. Let's try again. Oh. No way, we got Ada, baby. Holy.
The name's Ada. We're after the same thing.
We love that. So yeah, let's actually hop in. Not wasting any time. Now for our next report. Over the past few days, a series of missing persons cases have been reported across the Ark. Central government has issued an official statement saying that the incidences cannot be classified as serial disappearances. Ooh, a mystery. Click. Case 1. Missing person Miles Carter. Male 45, former commander. 183 centimeters, 80 kilograms. Last seen leaving his home around 11 p.m. His daughter filed a report with the ACPU 2 days after his disappearance. Notable information. Lost his leg during the operation on the surface and has a long history of alcohol abuse. Recently counseling at the urging of his daughter. Okay. I gotta lock in and read. Those around him say that he has been slowly improving and has 2 months into sobriety. Ooh, nice. W. Counseling. Which counseling center? Confirmation required. Meanwhile, the rapture part discovered at the home of the missing person was said to be debris from the unit destroyed during the recent terrorist attack in the Ark. And the central government has discovered that it is unrelated to the current missing persons case. However, some have suspicions of a cover-up fueling ongoing controversy. Yeah, someone's on a typewriter. Case 4. Missing person Iris Monroe. Female 68, former nurse. 154 centimeters, 53 kilograms. Last seen around 10 a.m. after leaving the attended gathering with acquaintances. At around 7 p.m. on the same day, her son filed a report with ACPU. Authorities visited other residences immediately after the report was filed, but it was empty. Preliminary findings at the scene suggest the entire family has gone missing. A case classified as a family disappearance. Notable information: no signs of forced entry. A rapture part was found in the basement. Ooh, I see a connection. A gathering with acquaintances, unable to verify details. The rapture part was placed on some kind of altar, but for what purpose? Conspiracy theorists. Oh my god. Hold on. I didn't mean to click that. Conspiracy theories suggest that the groundwork is being laid for the Ark's second terror attack, fueling widespread anxiety among the general populace. Case 8. Missing person 009. Psychology counselor 42. You do not have 42. I'm just kidding. 167 centimeters, 55 kilograms. The exact time of disappearance unknown. Reported missing to the ACPU by her last client. Notable information: operated on counseling center. Confirmed to be the same center where Miles Carter underwent counseling. Has a daughter named Depara. No contact with the daughter as of yet. Also missing. Why did the daughter fail to report her mother's disappearance? This is no good. Oh boy, Polly gotta lock in. Polly puts down the pen. Polly's eyes shift from the case file to the computer monitor beside her. At the partition leading to the outer room, a young girl glances around and slips inside. The face of the girl captured on the CCTV was the horror. You are on the big art poster thing. As identified in the case file for case 8. This is the only lead we've got. Can't afford to lose this trail now. Right. Can't afford to lose this trail now. At all. At all costs. Got your sidearm. But it's nothing serious. It's off from the police station. Polly gotta lock in. Case 9. Missing person Polly. Damn. A CPU investigator. Went missing during the investigation. Confirmed last seen headed for the outer rim. All signs to point to her pursuing Nepal alone. Notable information. Confirmed to have visited the counseling center operated by Osira 9 on the day of her disappearance. The center is currently decommissioned. Entry is not permitted. Recently, a phrase has been reported circulating among the staff. Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. Umbrella. It's always goddamn Umbrella. They always come back somehow or find their way back in. Goddamn Umbrella. Reborn Evil. That art goes hard. Yeah. We're in the mansion? That's sick. Oh my god, and we're walking around as Polly. Oh my god, it is dark. What the hell? Another shiny shrine. Oh my god, it's the crushed up herbs. That's what we pick up. That's hilarious. Oh my god, can we investigate? Oh my god, the herb. That's hilarious. Oh my god, and the currency to do the missions is a green herb. Or just an herb in general. Amazing. Portrait salvation prayer times. Let us all strive for true salvation. Late arrival or seen or absence from prayer is strictly prohibited. Curfew must be strictly observed. Prior authorization is required for outings. If you hear a child's voice calling for help after 2300, ignore it. Oh my god, I just realized, I don't know why it took me so long, but certain spots have like locked camera angles. Okay, I see you. Anyone loses consciousness, do not approach or touch them. Report immediately. Actively participating in the rituals of salvation. Remember that all restrictions and trials exist for the sake of salvation. I can't handle anything. But that meat, I just can't stomach it every time. Every mealtime is pure torture. I'd rather eat the grass from the flower pot. I'm only telling you this. So if you ever get really hungry, quietly pick some and eat it. Just don't get caught. Alright. Let's lock in. Ooh. Resident Evil. Right on time. Take a seat. I heard a D-wave was detected. We back at it again. Yes. It was 2 weeks ago. A D-Wave triggered by the entity code name Gatekeeper was picked up 2 weeks ago? Why wasn't I identified about this immediately? We had to confirm a few things. The D-Wave wasn't detected on the surface this time. It came from inside the Ark. Oh boy. We're presently picking up D-Wave signals from a mansion located on the Outer Rim. If we move too hastily, there's a risk of D-Wave being exposed to the external parties. This could reignite tensions with the Outer Rim, especially since the dust has only settled from our last Outer Rim incident. As much as the central government is decided to handle this case with extreme caution. Oh boy. Which brings me to my point. Have you heard of the Torch of Salvation? Torch of Salvation. I've heard it before, but I was working on a case helping that Dephora. Dago Dephora. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. Search for her mother. Aren't they the cult that worships raptures as gods? You seem well informed. Take a look at this. That's me a document. The document reads: human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. A new life has been created, and cruel distortion of things scared. Merciless judges descend upon from the skies. Do not resist with thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh, God. Guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. Is this a prayer? Or did it? We recovered it near the mansion where the D-Wave was detected. Supposedly a prayer recited as the Torch of Salvation's gatherings. And also, a mansion has been identified as the gathering site for the Torch of Salvation. We shouldn't go charging in headfirst unless we want to a complete fiasco on our hand. The most reliable method is to infiltrate their ranks by posing as a believer. That's why we spent the past 2 weeks gathering information, available intel on the Torch of Salvation. Intel that will be used to help you infiltrate the undercover. What? Your task is simple. Memorize the material you've compiled. Disguise yourself as a believer of the Torch of Salvation. Then enter the mansion and investigate the situation regarding the D-Wave. While you're there, resolve any incidents you encounter. You want me to go undercover? I've heard a lot about your infiltration skills. Word is, you've used that skill to choose the book to close the book on several major cases. We're counting on you to put those skills to good use once more. Just know the counters won't be accompanying you on this mission. Moving around the Outer Rim with such prominent individuals poses too great a risk. Instead, we arranged a separate support group. Return to the commander's room, you'll meet them there. They'll brief you of the remaining mission details. Yeah. Are you saying that'll be all? I have a very important meeting to attend. Well then, look forward to hearing good news from you. Yeah, I love being thrown in everything. He had to meet them back at the commander's room, but it's awfully quiet in here. I guess I'll just sit and wait. Oh my god. D, my wife, she's lurking somewhere. I feel it. I think the accounts and everything Anderson just told me comes flooding back. The D-Wave, the Outer Rim, the mansion, and the Torch of Salvation. Never thought I'd hear that name again. Memory of something I saw on the surface hits me abruptly. Small altar in the middle of the clearing. The blade is of no purpose. People lying around as if they're asleep, each of them holding a rapture part in their hand. I realize I've been entrusted with this mission far greater than I anticipated. My mind is racing. Maybe a splash of water would help me clear my head. Who's in the bathroom? Someone's always in the bathroom. Sound of running faucet can be heard from the bathroom. Oh my god, I knew it. Did I forget to turn off the water? If Abby finds out, she'll freak out. Huh? My nose burns. I glance at the mirror and see blood flowing. Oh god, what happened? Just like the people I saw near the altar back then. Oh god, there's poison in the air. Oh my god, there's a T-virus! Blood fills the sink. Oh god, hi Kay. Aren't you being a bit dramatic? I thought you'd be used to this by now. What the? Hey, are you okay? The blood that fills the sink has completely vanished. I glance back at the mirror, into the mirror. D&K is standing behind me. Yeah, I'm fine. So, you are the backup Anderson was talking about? Well, wait outside. Pull yourself together and come when you're ready. As missing person reports continue to pour in, the central government has stated it will take firm action against those who spread false information. They're watching my face. I step out and see the news is on. Dee is leaning against the wall with her arms crossed, face sprawled out on the couch. They're watching the news, both with grim expressions. These days, all you hear on the TV are stories about people going missing. I was told both to get the mission details directly from you both. Read that first. We'll talk after. The stack of documents on the table and glances back at the news broadcast. Looks like I won't be getting word out of her until I'm finished reading with this entire pile. Top of the stack of the documents it reads, Case 1, Miles Carter. I guess I'll take a look. You read it. You're a fast reader. Now tell me, what exactly is happening in the Ark? As the question hangs in the air, my eye remains fixed on the last page of the document. Case 9 is the person Polly. The central government is trying to keep it hush-hush. But as you've just seen, there's been a string of disappearances inside the Ark. Missing persons of all different ages, genders, and backgrounds. One of them is even a NIKKE. First glance, there doesn't seem to be any obvious link between them. He slides the document towards me. President Ozura 9, notable information, daughter. According to central government records of her mother, 9 was involved in a cult called the Torch of Salvation. So I peeked around the council center she ran. Turns out every single missing person somehow connected to that place. For example, this guy, Miles Carter. Turns out he was going there for counseling. Monroe used to work there as a nurse. Not only that, that's enough. You don't have to spell everything out. If you say so. Anyway, here's the bottom line. Every one of the missing is tied to Ozura 9. These names are fucking me up. Which brings us to the problem. She's part of that cult that worships raptures. So here's where D-Wave is coming from. The first person to go missing, Miles Carter, vanished 2 weeks ago. Strangely enough, we picked up the D-Wave coming from the Outer Rim 2 weeks ago as well. Right at the mansion where the Torch of Salvation holds its gathering. Something about this reeks, wouldn't you agree? So the missing persons cases, D-Wave, and the Torch of Salvation, there's a chance they're all connected. That's right. The mission is a lot more complex than the last. They've got to figure out why the D-Wave is being detected from the mansion. Get to the bottom of it. Get to the bottom of how it ties into the disappearances and the identities of all the missing. We gotta verify them. And on top of everything else, rescue them if possible. Naturally, if we uncover anything from anything else felonious from the Torch of Salvation while we're at it. I wasn't prepared for reading. I thought I was prepared for reading, but I wasn't prepared for reading. We'll have to decide whether or not to eliminate them. Simple enough. The Torch of Salvation's our target this time around, huh? That's what we were told. As usual, you and Dee will handle the infiltration. Just pose as a married couple who have been brainwashed by the cult and attend one of their gatherings. And what'll you be doing? I'll go solo again this time. I've got a bad feeling about something. So I want to look into first. Alright. Now that you've been briefed on the mission, start by memorizing what's written there. This stack of documents under the table, then turns back to the news broadcast. Once again, it seems like she won't say another word until I've read through everything. Just from skimming though, it looks like this is the backstory for the couple we're supposed to play. Well, I'm gonna memorize all of this. I'll have to handle some stuff. Let's give it our all. In the name of justice. Justice! Okay, Drippy. I love this remake sweater look that she has. Their husband and wife. Both of them come from the Quotidian class. I don't know. They've been living a fairly uneventful life at the Ark. Anita works as a nurse. On the other hand, her husband. Speaking of which, what alias should I use this time? William, I believe you should be able to come up with something on your own. Sorry, go on. What, William? Am I supposed to be Mr. Birkin? And she's like, oh my god, wait, hold on. Sorry, go on. Her husband, William, a researcher at the pharmaceutical company. Oh my god, wait, this is so good. Despite the couple's busy schedule, they'll never forget to shower each other with attention. Everyone around them speaks highly of how happy their marriage seems. You're home. You must have had a long day. Yeah, you too. You must have had a long day yourself, darling. Not at all. She do be locking in for her roles. Oh, what's that, honey? These the flowers are absolutely beautiful. Alright, the flowers. I thought you of you on the way home, so I picked them up. Thank you. She loves nothing more than flowers from her husband. That part of the script never seemed to change. Never seems to change. No matter what role I play, she just like flowers. Honey? That's nothing. Then one day, calamity befalls the couple. The medical accident occurs at Williams' pharmaceutical company. All the blame is pinned entirely on poor William. The couple suddenly becomes buried in debt. Their ideal life collapses overnight. Big words, bruh. Big fucking words. Despite this, Anita never blames William. Instead, it's alright. What happened wasn't your fault, honey. It's the fault of the world that's gone crazy. Don't worry. The judges will be sent from above to guide everyone toward the end. Then begin to blame the world for torturing them, turning its back on them. Soon, the couple becomes devoted to the Torch of Salvation. With their faith deepened, the couple decides to attend the gathering purportedly being held at the certain mansion. Thus, they quietly head for the Outer Rim. They bring everything. They bring a bouquet of flowers, hoping to be welcomed as initiates into the faith. The residential area near the mansion is eerily quiet. That's rather unsettling. Like there's no one around at all. Only one page is filled with prayers scattered about. There's no sign of life anywhere. When Kay and I were digging around, this area was crawling with cultists. So, what now, darling? Let's start by checking out the area. Given the situation, I think we can drop the act. Day and I split up looking around. Well, there are signs someone was living here recently. The place itself is completely empty. The only one thing worth noting is there's some sort of graffiti that's been scrawled all over the walls. Is that an umbrella? How would someone draw something like that here? Does that mean anything? I stare at the umbrella graffiti for a while, but it offers no answers. Turn my head to see the mansion looming in the distance. From the moment I saw it, the mansion felt like it didn't belong in the Outer Rim. Has any type of mansion like this doing in the Outer Rim, you ask? Beats me. Strange rumor has been spreading in the Outer Rim. Locals warned others not to go near the mansion. Stay far away from the mansion unless you want misfortune to come your way. Maybe that's why it's so intact. Place gives me the creeps. Maybe I should head to where D is. Pretty sure I saw her heading that way earlier. D, you here? What? Sorry. I didn't realize you were changing. Oh, okay. I was like, what happened? Did you just see someone like laying on the bed? No, she was changing. I'm slipping into something that'll be easier to move around in. No point in pretending that we're a couple at this point. So, did you see anything? I know some strange graffiti drawn on the wall, drawn all over the place. Other than that, nothing unusual. I don't think she was talking about that. No, okay, never mind, she was. I'm just dumb. Nothing out of the ordinary? That makes all this even more suspicious. I hear a door open behind me. Your outfit. Doesn't look like anything else is here to learn. Let's head to the mansion. With any luck, we might find some sort of lead there. Target located. Ada! Keep up your end of the bargain. And I'll do the same. Oh boy. Mansion is heavily guarded. There's no way to sneak in. The only way we can get inside is causing a scene. Is by reciting the prayer proven believers. Memorize all this from top to bottom. Don't even think about complaining. I spent the whole night memorizing everything just as Dee told me. Fortunately, I never got to use what I memorized. Contrary to what Dee told me previously, getting in the mansion ended up being extremely easy, especially as there was even any security. Much like the residential district, the mansion is deserted. Aside from the ominous creaking of the floorboards under my feet, absolutely nothing could be heard. Looks like this place is empty too. Can I scoped the mansion surroundings only 2 days ago? What happened between then and now? Did they catch wind of us snooping around? AD. But if that was so, D? It seems whatever I'm saying is not getting through to D. I leave D to her thoughts and start surveying the lobby. In the center of the lobby, I step carefully past the shattered chandelier and spot a half-destroyed statue of a goddess. Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure. The moment I approach the creepy statue, I notice a long trail of red stains stretching down the hallway. D, you might want to see this. The trail of blood leads straight to the dining room. What a mess. You can say that again. The dining room is in complete disarray, with rotten food scattered everywhere. Yet, the foul stench lingering in the air was not coming from the spoiled food. It was coming from somewhere else instead. I'll go check it out on my own. No, let's go together. The blood trail winds past the dining table, stopping at the shelf in the corner. At the end of the trail, there was a corpse. The blood has been horribly mangled. The body's been horribly mangled. Blood hasn't even dried yet. It's clear this just happened. What in the world is going on here? Suddenly, I feel something cold press against my back. Oh, hi. Lower your weapon. It's best you don't do anything foolish. That is, if you want to keep him alive. Identify yourself. FBI. But I suppose you wouldn't know what that is. Sorry, but who I am is classified. Here's a friendly tip, though. Stop asking questions and get out of here while you still can. Ooh. Click. Damn, who tried to pull the trigger? Oh my god, Corey. Miranda, are you alright? Yes, of course. I was just doing my usual firearms check. At this hour, the workday is over. The ACPU works for our citizens around the clock. She's depressed that Polly's missing. How was that? Did it sound cool? Not really. I don't think that's something you should be saying in this situation. Is that so? Cherish your gun like you would a loved one? What about that? Doesn't quite fit the situation either. Oh, really? Then, darn, this isn't good. I'm officially out of excuses. Hang on. You're not planning on waiting until I'm off duty to head to the Outer Rim, are you? Not the hiccup. The boss already told us. Since there's no way HQ is ever going to authorize an investigation, we've been told to stand by for now. But you're still investigating, aren't you, Hurry? Well... Hurry quickly shuts the file folder she's carrying. The document she was reading was labeled Case 9. I can't sit by and do nothing. I'm sorry, but I have to head out to the Outer Rim to find Polly. But we'd be defying orders. Fine by me. I've gotten used to filling out the disciplinary reports. Standing on business. 10 pages. I mean 6 pages. No, 3 pages. I can fill that out in my sleep. I think we'd be in for more than just disciplinary reports. Oh, even better. Then I will have to write one at all. No, what I'm saying is, besides, Polly would have done the same for us. Corey turns to the whiteboard placed in the corner of the police station. Her picture is too blurry to make out what's written on it, but the photo of Polly pinned at the center of the board stood out perfectly clear to her. Alright, I'm off. Miranda. Yes? I'm coming with you. Aw. They're so tight-knitted. So, what's our first course of action? Are you asking me? It's just me and you. Who else would I be asking? And no more jumping out of the shadows like last time, okay? It honestly scares me to death when you do. So, what you're telling me is you come out here without a plan? Well, this is where Polly's signal was last detected. Why don't we start by searching around the area? Also, is it just me or does this place feel kind of creepy? There isn't a soul around. Hey, do you see that? There's a mansion over there. Let's check it out. This is the ACP. We're coming in. The front door confidently through. We really shouldn't be barging in like this, Miranda. As the front door opens, the courtyard comes into view. What is that? In Corey's haze field of vision, 3 furry shapes appear. Polly? Not Polly. It'd be Doggo. That's not Polly. Run! Who's behind them? Oh my god, it's Claire and Jill. I was like, who is that? That looks like 2 legs. It's not 2 legs, it's 4 legs. Oh my god, they're getting jumped by the evil doggos. 3 dogs lunge towards them. Their eyes glow a sinister red as if infected by something. Where did they come from? Ah! Just as the large one opens its jaw. Oh, shit. The 2 other goats. 2 women appear from behind. One of them fires a launcher into the air, causing the dogs to flee into the distance. Whew. You okay? Thanks a bunch. But who are you? I should be asking you the same thing. What the hell is this place? Who are you people? Oh boy. Hold the door, we gotta keep them out. Okay. Damn, another mansion? Am I caught in a nightmare? Damn, Jill. It'd be like that. Can't escape them. Ow. Don't worry. I just pinched my cheek, and it definitely hurt. That means it's no nightmare. You're still not convinced? I can pinch your cheek if you'd like. That's so thoughtful, I'm tearing up. You're most welcome. Can we save the banter for later? Claire's like, please. Yeah. Man, how strong are these dogs that it's pushing against a door that a NIKKE is holding over? I mean, they did say that they were like infected, so. The violently shaking door finally stops. Whew. I think they're all gone now. I thought the gunfire scared them off, but they brought friends, I guess. It brought friends instead. If we arrived any later, those things could have been a disaster. Yeah, I was too close for comfort. Anyway, now that things have calmed down, let's get some proper introductions going. I'm Claire Redfield. That's the goat. I'm Corey from ACPU. Thanks for your help. And I'm Miranda. I'm also with ACPU. The ACPU? That's right. We're the police, safeguarding citizens safely. That's what the ACPU does. So, you're both police officers? Then, have you heard of the man called Chris? Ah, looking for her brother, the brother. My brother, who works for Raccoon City Police Department. I haven't been able to reach him, so I've been looking for him. Raccoon City, the police department? I'm not too sure. Have you heard of that, Corey? No, this is my first time hearing about this department. Same goes for this man, Chris. I see. That's a pity. I guess that leaves my introduction. Oh, yeah. You are? Name's Jill. Jill Valentine. Claire and Jill. Got it. How exactly you two ended up here? Well, I realize how crazy this probably sounds, but I'm curious about that myself. Oh. I was in a chopper getting evacuated from Raccoon City. All this is literally happening as everyone's leaving Raccoon City before the nuke. That's hilarious. When everything went blurry, next thing I knew, I was here. You too? I was just trying to escape Raccoon City when everything started going blurry too. Before I knew it, I saw the two of them getting attacked. I just reacted and sprang into action. What the hell happened to us? So it's literally then the moment that they're leaving Raccoon City before it gets nuked. That's kind of funny. That's kind of a nice in-between to get them all like in a swoop at the same time, because technically Ada was in Raccoon City too, but so like everything kind of like lines up. That's kind of funny that it just kind of left Leon out. So to sum things up, neither of you have ever heard of the Ark or the Outer Rim, and you've never heard of NIKKE's or Rapture's either. Nope. And on our end, we've never heard of this Raccoon City you say you escaped from. And it's the first time we've heard of STARS, the unit Jill belongs to. This is bizarre. I feel like I'm in a dream. A dream, you say? The offer to pinch your chink is still open. Thanks, but no thanks. Alright. If you can change your mind, just say the word. Sure thing. Actually, there's one more thing. If you've never heard of Raccoon City, I'm guessing Umbrella Corporation doesn't ring a bell either. Umbrella? Figured as much. Those dogs you were attacked by seem like infected ones. Seem to be infected by a virus. That made me think Umbrella might be up to no good here as well. It's impossible to say for certain. But one thing's clear, something's definitely going on. So Query and Miranda, what brings you to the mansion? A double pair of cops would be coming to an old rewind. I doubt a pair of cops would be coming to an old mansion like this for a social call. Is this related to a case? Well, yep, that's right. We're here to find a colleague of ours who's gone missing. Her name's Polly. Missing colleague? Yeah, she was conducting an investigation and went missing in this area. You both are free to go. But with Polly's disappearance and those dogs from earlier, I'd say it's rather dangerous, so we can escort you somewhere safer. If you said Raccoon City, right? I'll check with my boss if this place, But I'll check with my boss about this place, so don't worry. What about you two? We still need to find Polly. You couldn't even handle those dogs earlier. That's because it's fine. We'll stay and help you look for your friend Polly. Besides, by investigating this mansion, we need to find out how we ended up here. There's gotta be a connection. Makes sense to me. This place is dangerous. We should stick together. I appreciate your help. I have no idea how we ended up here, but why don't we kick off the investigation from here? First off, where? It looks like we're in the annex. It says here on emergency exit map. Punch the bulletin board on the wall. On the board, there's an emergency exit map as well. Hmm. Looks like this annex was used as a dorm. The dorm schedule. What the? That's kind of screwed up. What kind of screwed up rule is that? What do they mean by ignore any child you hear calling for help? List regulations. And this isn't this? There's a stamp with an umbrella-shaped logo that was posted up. Informed constant from the clinical trial. Well, I appreciate the free advice. Oh, we're back here. The fact you're telling me to stop asking questions I have and leave tells me you know something about what's going on here. Who knows? What what do you think? I feel like a gun barrel pressed against the back of my neck. Whether or not you know or not, I just hope you're on our side. Sure, I'm on your side as long as you turn around and walk out of this mansion without a fuss. So, what's it gonna be? I stare at the corpse. The upper half has been savagely torn apart. No gun or blade could have caused that, which means something other than this woman is responsible. Something like that savage beast. Maybe a wolf of some kind. Or something like that rapture you saw coming through the window. Wait, rapture? Am I the only one that saw that? Don't even think of distracting me with such strange comments. Gunfire? This way. Ooh. Damn. As if on cue, D grabs me by the collar. Oh my god. The standoff by these two is kind of insane. The two, like agent badasses. This is kind of fire. And raises her axe to the woman's throat. You okay? Thanks for that. My neck's a little sore though. Lower your weapon. Don't do anything foolish. You're pretty good. But are you really bringing an axe to a gun party? Want to see who's faster? Even without an axe blade resting against her throat. Even with an axe blade resting against her throat, the woman remains utterly unperturbed. Instead, she merely flashes a confident smile. The same for D. Even with a gun pointed at her head, she remains as composed as ever. At this rate... Wait! Hey. My name is... Look here! I'm here to investigate the missing persons case. I have a reason to believe the Torch of Salvation might be involved. Missing persons case? What about it? I don't know why you're here. But we could be after the same thing. Maybe we can... Damn! Glass shatters as something bursts through the window. On one rapture leg, the upper body of the mass-produced NIKKE. Fused to something. Oh god, what the hell is that? Ugh. I've had about enough of these interruptions. Follow me. I don't even think about using that gun. Unless you want more of those things showing up. The mysterious woman disappears into the lobby. Ugh. D. Let's follow her. Or... yeah, we do. Ugh. The sound fades away. We fled from the creature, making it up to the second floor of the mansion. Perhaps the stairs are too narrow, as it doesn't seem to be able to follow us up here. What is that? Watcher's fusion of Rapture and mass-produced NIKKE. Even at a glance, it's clear that the two were forcefully stitched together. The hellish appearance of that thing was nightmare fuel. Suddenly the woman reaches her hand out to me. What do you think you're doing? The woman ignores the axe pointed at her and gently brushes my back. I'm simply trying to pat him on the back. See, I don't have any weapon in my hand. With a calm smile, she raises both hands slightly. Name's Ada. I got out of Raccoon City, but then everything went blurry. Next thing I know, this mansion appears. So I was investigating the area. Raccoon City? You haven't given me your name, by the way. It's D. That's it? Just D? Yes. D puts her axe away. Okay, fair enough. D, easy to pronounce, I suppose. But honestly, don't you think your story has holes in it? You say everything went blurry, then this mansion appears before you. What does that even mean? I'm telling you that's exactly what happened. My vision blurred, then this mansion just appeared. So you're saying, how many times do I need to say it? My vision blurred, then Ada. So, you either have no clear memory of the circumstances that led you to this mansion, or you essentially blacked out and then found yourself here, almost as if you've been teleported. Is that how you feel? Both explanations pretty much sum up how I feel. How do you know that? I knew it. I knew it! She's a human from another world brought here by the D-Wave. I have a few guesses as to why that happened to you. Explain to Ada what a D-Wave is in detail. So what you're saying is, something called a D-Wave swept me up and dropped me into another world. And if I want to go back, we need to wake up something called the Gatekeeper. It about covers it, yeah. Are you even allowed to share this information with me? What if I'm playing you in order to get intel? You were even quick to reveal your name and intentions. Aren't you being way too kind? That's me. Or are you just naive? What if I'm the enemy? If you were meant to kill me, you'd have done it the moment we met. What if I'm just gathering intel while you get your guards down? Damn plan to kill you after. He has my back. She'll figure something out. Figure something out? You must really trust her if you're willing to bet your life on like that. You seem awfully calm about all this, don't you think? You've been teleported to a strange world and just saw a nightmarish monster, yet you don't even flinch? You're not wrong. Let's just say we're both a bit odd then. At any rate, this clearly isn't the world that I know. Correct? Then, why is there evidence of an Umbrella Corporation here too? Ada points to into the distance. In the space littered with long benches, an altar with a rapture core resting on it upon the other end. And strewn across the altar shed are sheets of paper marked with the umbrella symbol. Oh boy. So I'm guessing this mansion isn't even like supposed to be in the outer rim. Well, we got to as much as we could. I could literally finish this tomorrow. Well, story one at least. I'm pretty sure we can finish the story in like this next session, which is hilarious. I got through most of it on the first day on accident because I played all the way through reset time. So T-virus experiment report. Oh boy, the T-virus, baby. Top secret. Those are the words written at the top of the paper Ada is holding. Ada's face darkens as she reads through the document. The umbrella symbol on that piece of paper. You seem to recognize it. What's this umbrella corporation you mentioned? The T virus and the G virus. Viruses? They're the names of the viruses that spread throughout my world. The same viruses that drove Raccoon City towards utter destruction. What kind of viruses could cause something like that? Put it simply, they're viruses that can rewrite the genetic structure of living beings. They reduce intelligence and induce aggression. Those infected turn into living corpses. On top of that, their physical abilities are greatly enhanced. And Umbrella's the one who made the viruses? Yes. Umbrella uses the viruses for bioweapon development, like that creature we saw on the first floor. The creature that seemed like a fusion between Rapture and the mass-produced NIKKE. Wait, don't tell me. The situation is worse than I thought. Ada hands me another piece of paper. The short paragraph is scrawled across the top of in red ink. He who embodies the holy elixir of the judgment shall shed the flesh of their sinner and be reborn as a greater being. Pain is but a prelude to transformation and death, the echo of new birth. Fear not. Neovirus development complete. Neovirus sounds crazy. Lead the foolish humans inside the ark to their end. Oop! Just as I thought, the virus was developed here, and now what happened in Raccoon City is about to happen here as well. I'm reporting this to the higher-ups. We have to seal off the outer rim immediately, or else there's a chance the virus could spread. And if needed, we'll mobilize the Blaze Out squad. Blaze Out? Think of them as the Ark's epidemic countermeasure squad. Without another word, Dave moves far into the far corner of the room. He appears to be attempting to establish radio contact. My head is spinning from all the new information I just been bombarded with. So, now that your girlfriend's out of earshot, would you mind having a little chat, just the two of us? About what? I'll give you whatever intel you need. But if you find the person who developed the Neovirus, hand over custody to them to me. That's all I'm making it for exchange in my cooperation. You want me to just hand over the developer to you? You don't need to worry, I won't harm them. So, what's your answer? The info better be worth something. I'll take that as a yes. Ada reaches out into her coat and pulls out an old worn notebook. What's that? Some quality reading material you should check out. It's the cult leader's journal. I open it carefully, revealing the following text inside. Death is not the end, death is purification. Purification of this world begins with death. The merciless judge descends. Ooh. Informed consents formed for the clinical trial. Goal 1, to identify those worthy of salvation on the day of judgment. 2, procedure. Participants shall receive the holy elixir of the judge through a purification ritual. The ritual will span 7 days and cannot be halted or abandoned midway. During this period, bodily reactions and transformations will be observed to determine the subject's eligibility for salvation. 3. Possible phenomena and side effects: high fever, vomiting, dizziness, visual and auditory hallucinations, temporary permanent body mutations. All phenomena are deemed divine trials and cannot be defied by mortal intervention. I hereby acknowledge that I clearly understood the information stated above, and I give my voluntary consent to participate in this trial. Humbly accept all outcomes arising during the process as the will of the divine. Signed, Miranda. Date. Huh. What day is today? Forget the date. The real question is, why are you signing that? Oh, because the signature was left blank. Huh? About that, Miranda often forgets to sign her patrol logs. So Polly hammered it in her head to sign her name if the signature field is blank. Yep, Polly taught me that. Hold on, Polly. There's no time for this. We gotta find Polly. Resuming investigation, Miranda rushes to the annex. Despite how she is, I can assure you that she's a capable officer. Should we head in as well? Hold on a sec. There's something I need to check. Jill, look at that symbol. It's umbrellas, isn't it? First that infected dog, now this. Not to mention the contents of this constant consent form. It seems like Umbrella's behind this somehow. If it's something that results in physical mutation, this holy elixir of the judge might be another virus developed by them. So Umbrella even has their filthy tendrils in this place. Sorry to interrupt, but you keep mentioning this Umbrella Corporation. Would you mind explaining exactly what that is? If there's any chance it's connected to Polly's disappearance, I should know about it. Umbrella presents itself as a pharmaceutical company, but in reality they repeatedly carry out illegal human experiments. They've developed a virus that alters the human body and induces madness. Oh, what was that? I think it came from deep inside the NEX. I'll go check it out. I'll inform you if something comes up. Hurry. Query. You and Claire stay here. In the deep recesses of the annex in the storeroom, it is cluttered with miscellaneous junk, and in each corner of the room, a statue has been oddly placed. Meanwhile, in the middle of the room, Miranda lies half buried beneath a pile of books. It appears to have been a botched attempt to reach the book at the top of the shelf. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What happened? There was something tucked in this book. So I tried to pull it out and it ended up falling over. I guess this is what I was trying to get. And it hands Jill a worn out note. The note reads, "The prophet greets the judge. The merciless judge punishes the sinner. The sinner kneels beneath the false goddess. And the false goddess stares down the prophet in silence. The deceitful gaze invites ruin. Only the true gaze shall open the path." It's like some kind of riddle. Where'd you say you found this? Hold on, you see that, Jill? There's a lever beneath the statue. I'll try pulling it. Wait, it could be a trap. Miranda pulls the lever beneath the statue of a goddess of victory towards the left. Statue turns and faces the statue to its left. Whoa. The statue moved. This lever must control the statue somehow. Hold on a minute. The statue of the goddess of victory. A statue of a hooded disciple. A statue of the oh my god, they're literally doing a Resident Evil puzzle. That's hilarious. Rapture. And a statue of an ordinary man and woman. Each statue has a lever beneath it. All of these statues can be rotated. Maybe the direction of the statue are facing is connected to the riddle you found. Miranda, don't touch anything. We haven't fully figured out the puzzle yet. I didn't move an inch. It moved on its own. I meant the ceiling. The ceiling? The ceiling begins to cave in. Oh boy. Jill's like, oh shit. Disciple gaze invites to ruin. Statue of the goddess face of the statue, ordinary man. Ooh. Did we trigger the trap by turning the statue the wrong way? Miranda, quick. Pull the lever the other way. Turn it to face the disciple statue. Got it. The lever to the right. The goddess statue rotates and faces the statue in its right. The goddess looks upon the disciple statue. The ceiling halts its descent. We almost ended up being sandwiches. Very funny. Jill sandwich. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That lever you pulled last made the ceiling stop. Does that mean this is the true gaze? Then the disciple statue must represent the prophet. The goddess statue represents the false goddess. That leaves the judge and the sinner. Typically, the sin represented by human. What should we do now, Jill? The prophet greets the judge. Miranda, could you flip the lever in front of the disciple statue to make it face the statue with the four-legged machine? Then next, flips the levers according to Jill's instructions. Thus, the statue of the disciples faces the statue of the rapture. The statue of the rapture faces the statue of the man and woman. The statue of the man and woman faces the goddess statue. And the goddess statue in turn faces the disciple statue. Is it done? Yes, for now. I'm still not entirely sure if this is the true gaze. Oh man, the last thing I want is to get squashed by the ceiling and turn into a sandwich. You and me both. Did you hear that? Pretty sure it came from the near bookshelf. The bookshelf begins to slowly slide to the side. Soon, an hidden passage is revealed behind it. You guys figured out the puzzle. What are we ending off on? At the end of the secret passage, the tense and alert Miranda and Jill come upon a laboratory. Unlike the mansion's decrepit exterior, the lab is equipped with surprisingly modern equipment. However, oh my. Yeah, oh god, is there some mutilated NIKKE? The corpses thrown throughout make it clear that the research being conducted here was far from ordinary. All these bodies, shattered, oversized incubation tubes fill the room, from which various corpses with unnaturally developed muscles protrude. All the bodies are completely torn to shreds. Jill averts her eyes from the horrifying sight. In an area lined with multiple computer terminals, documents bearing Umbrella the Corporation's logo are scattered everywhere. Damn it, even here. Miranda, we've got a survivor over here. Lead us. What did you say? Jill brought her ear closer to the researcher, collapsing to the ground. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Merciless judges descend from the sky, not to resist with thine feeble human strength. The end is nigh. God, guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. The end. These foolish mortals. Distortion of all things sacred. Throwing the world into turmoil. The end is nigh. Do not resist. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist. God, guide us. Our reckoning. The researcher collapsed, blood gushing from its mouth. A gaping hole has been torn through the center of its torso. It's as if something had forced its way out from within. So, that's how things unfolded in Raccoon City. All because of a virus. The entire city was wiped. Family, friends, loved ones, all gone, vanished. Anyway, we can't let that same thing happen here. We need to investigate this area, leave no stone unturned. I'm also worried about your colleague who went missing. It seems Miranda and Jill went all the way inside. Why don't we start our search here? Okay, let's do that. After that, Claire and Curry begins checking the nearby rooms one by one. The pair discovers when they arrived in the third room. This is under the bed lies a weathered notebook. When Claire picks it up, a single photograph falls out. It seems to be a photo of a mother and daughter. They seem to have had this close relationship. Having trouble seeing it. Was it? Want to take a closer look? Claire holds the photo closer to Query. The faded faces of mother and daughter begin to come into focus. Oh boy. It's Elcira 9 and Depara from case 8. Depara? Ooh, boy, wait. Was there gonna be more? Depara? Yeah, no. Ooh, to be continued! Paraligious siege safe house? I knew something fell off. Hi, Kay. Mission code... is that 7 or 8? I think that's 7. 7-1 declassified. The arc and proposal for humanity's salvation. Within the Insular Society of the Ark, the activities of Paraligious Siege provide remarkably effective. All traces of evil within the Ark were soon eradicated. However, evil is the darker side of the coin which must exist for justice to persist. Therefore, a proposal to maintain justice and oversee Paraligious Siege has been drafted. The following is a tentative proposal. From formation of pro-rapture radical group. Public awareness of raptures continues to decline. The attached survey suggests that due to the fact ordinary citizens rarely encounter raptures personally, therefore pro-rapture radical groups are to receive clandestine Financing support? I'm terrible at reading, I'm sorry. This is intended to permit hostility towards raptors among the general public. So, he has his hands in this too. X. Now, we wait for story 2. When does this drop? On the 1st, so in about a week. I have a week to wait. And then we could do our Jill pulls and hope we get a sandwich, an SSR sandwich. Hey man, I'm gonna be so for real. I've been busy for like the past couple days, and I haven't had time to start this yet, so a little behind is an understatement. As you can see how many days have actually passed, and I haven't even started yet. So, god damn, that arc goes crazy. Typewriter type shit. It's these entries. So yeah, we have Claire.
Is this your way of asking me out?
That's crazy. But yeah, I have Jill. I didn't pull her. I got her through tickets. Because the pulls wasn't pulling, I'm not gonna lie. I was getting chalked, bro. It was chalked. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New lifespan has been created, a cruel distortion of all things scared. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist with thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh, God. Guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. Ooh. Life was ordinary. The lazy days I spent with mom and dad, I can still remember them perfectly. Gathering at the dinner table, every evening to talk about our day. All of us lounging around, cozily watching TV together. The quiet little conversations we'd have before falling asleep. Dad, I'm back. Have you had dinner? Haven't had mine yet. Mind if I eat here? I packed some food. Oh, it's good. Real depressing. I love depression. Nothing special happened today. I got off school, then ran a quick errand. Came straight here after. Mom's doing the same as always. I guess work's been keeping her busy. She said she'd be back late again tonight. Shall we watch some TV? And now our next news story. A string of disappearances has recently taken place within the Ark. This has prompted a growing movement among citizens criticizing the central government's handling of the situation. Pretty unsettling, huh? That's all the news we have been reporting lately. That's all the news has been reporting lately. With all the disappearances happening, there have been all kinds of rumors swirling about. Some say people are being abducted and used as test subjects for biological experiments. Or that there are corrupted NIKKEs running around wreaking havoc. Don't you think both scenarios sound kind of ridiculous? See? You think it's nonsense too, right? I mean, it does seem odd. How could anyone be carrying out biological experiments in a place as safe as the Ark? And if a NIKKE really had gone rogue, surely they would have been caught and been on the news by now, right? Don't you think I'm right? Please say I'm right. Please say something. Don't just lie there. Dad, ever since you got hurt on the surface, Mom's been acting weird. At first she started mumbling weird things, scribbling strange red eyes all over the walls of the house. Now she barely comes home. All she ever does is work at the center. I have no idea if she's eating or getting any sleep. I don't know anything anymore. Compared to the old days, everything's different now. Everything. I'm sorry, I know I promised I wouldn't complain in front of you, but tomorrow, I'm gonna visit the center where Mom works. I'm worried about her. Maybe I should bring her something to eat. Things can't go on like this. Anyway, sweet dreams. I'll drop by again. Damn. Canceling hours. Weekdays, 9 to 20. Weekends closed. Huh. Has she always had weekends off? Then why did she come into work today? Mom? I'm coming in, okay? No one's here. I guess I'll just leave the lunchbox. The end. Nigh. Guide. Foolish mortals. What's that sound? Coming from the behind a bookshelf. One of the bookshelves is slightly out of place, leaving a narrow gap. Oh boy. The stairway stretches far down, leading underground. Ma? Are you in there? Judges, descend, disguise. Do not resist. Human strength. In front of an altar where the rapture statue is enshrined, a group of people are fervently murmuring a prayer. And Ma? In the middle of it all is Depara's mother. Good boy. That day, I tore through Mom's room in a panic. Every wall was covered from top to bottom in red eyes, all of them staring at the same spot. The spot where I uncovered a rapture core, along with some records about the torch of salvation. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of the things sacred. I said scared before, I just realized. Merciless judges, raptures, descend from the sky. The end is nigh, fear not. Stand before the judge and reveal yourself. The sacrifice is the altar of God. That's crazy. And death is the path to salvation. Embrace the end. Beneath the flames of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. Then Ben began to realize what Mom had gotten herself into. I only understood what those red eyes at home were meant to represent. A chill rounded down my spine. Even then, I couldn't turn to anyone to help. Revealing anything about the torch of salvation would result in Mom being captured and punished. Damn. I'm back. I don't think I can stomach anything today, so I came empty-handed. Hope that's okay. Oh, did you see the news? They said they found rapture parts in the home of one of the missing families. So freaky. Rapture parts of all things? You know, people keep going missing. People I used to see at the counseling center, I mean. Dad, I'm scared. If this keeps up, Mom might disappear too. What if I'm left all alone? I'm sorry, I'm being weak again. For the time being, I don't think I can come here. I think I have to be away for a bit. I'm worried about Mom and I can't just sit by and do nothing. Please pray that everything will turn out okay. I'll be back. Next time I'll come with Mom. I promise. I don't think I'll be able to keep that promise, Dad. The cult leader who started the Torch of Salvation turned out to be Mom. I didn't catch all the details, but they said that they intend on using a virus to purify the Ark. They say death is the path to salvation. Don't worry. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll find a way to atone for what my mom has done. That was the final entry in the Poirot's journal. Oh, we were reading. You said your colleague followed the Poirot all the way here, right? Then we gotta find them. Both the Poirot and your colleague. And everyone else who's gone missing. A few moments, Curry stares at the journal Claire had been reading aloud from, but then finally speaks up. Yes, absolutely. After that, we need to make sure they'll never be able to do this again. I'm sick of watching viruses rob people of what's precious to them. Do you think we can really handle this on our own? Come on, Curry. I believe in you. Are you saying you don't have faith in me? What? No, I didn't mean it like that. Okay, let's give it a try. It's also my duty as a police officer. Yes, that's the spirit. I like that confidence. Anyway, I'm starting to get worried. We haven't heard a peep from Jill since she went after Miranda. I don't think there's anything else to investigate here. So we head over there now? Ooh, boy. Inside a secret room hidden deep within the annex. I still don't know how to say that. I'm going to say annex. Jill and Miranda stand frozen in the lab, their eyes fixed on the monitor. Are you two okay? Why are you just standing there like that? Huh? It's hard to explain, but... is it just me, or does this room look kind of red? Claire? Probably better if you don't look. Why? Just trust me. Claire averts her eyes from the corpses and turns to the monitor. An experiment log recorded by a researcher is displayed on the screen. Holy elixir of the judge, 6th trial results. Engineered using the same methodology employed in developing Umbrella Corporation's T-Virus. Modification of the holy elixir obtained from the body of the judge located at the coordinates RAC 10.1. Successful development of the neovirus. When injected into organic tissue, the neovirus initiates gene reconstruction. Notable improvements in physical strength and regenerative ability were observed. The shows potential to temporarily stand against NIKKEs, the new humanity who opposes the divine. The following video compares the effects of varying dosages levels. Claire touches the screen and the video begins to play. On the dark screen... ugh. Damn. Ah, damn, they love that sound effect. Blood-curdling screams ring out. Figures that can't be seen, writhing and convulsing, their entire bodies contorted. Some desperate to relieve the agonizing pain, scratch at their faces with such ferocity that their own skin tears off. Good lord, man. Ugh. Miranda, absorber into the video, suddenly clings tightly to Jill's arm. Jill trembles, her face contorting in fury. The higher dosage, the greater increase in physical and regenerative abilities. However, genetic mutation occurs too rapidly, ultimately causing the body to break down. The virus inhibits signs indicative of seeking new hosts. Additionally, regardless of dosage, the test subjects exhibit significant cognitive decline. Could this be effectively used in future plans? Future plans? Jill silently taps the monitor, opening a new window. Project Reborn Evil. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life, NIKKE, has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. In order for the judge to guide humanity to its reckoning, we, the Torch of Salvation, have initiated Project Reborn Evil. The Neo-virus will be widely disseminated throughout the Ark. Amidst the ensuing chaos, the judge shall be led into the Ark. Once humanity is offered to the judge and evil is purified, Project Reborn Evil will be deemed complete. Evil shall be purified through the reckoning. God, guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning until evil is purified. It's counting down. Is this a dispersal time? So like 10 hours, 1 minute, 2 seconds, 1 second. Damn it. Jill, does it say anything about how to shut the project down? These are the only records left. But Jill points to the corner of the lab. After reviewing the Project Evil Reborn file, a hidden passage opened up. In the direction Jill is pointing to, a passage leading deeper underground has been revealed. Oh boy, it's getting wicked. Death is not the end. Death is a purification. Purification of this world begins with death. The merciless judges descended. I was happy. The lazy days I spent with my husband and daughter. Oh boy, here we go. From her perspective, I can still remember them perfectly. Gathering at the dinner table every evening to talk about our day. All of us lounging around cozily watching TV together. The quiet little conversations we'd have before falling asleep. Patient's vital signs are stable. Unfortunately, he remains unconscious for reasons that are still undetermined. At this stage, we can only continue to monitor his condition. Might I seek what really happened on the surface? Might I ask what really happened on the surface? From what I heard, he had an encounter with a Lord-class rapture. Thankfully, the NIKKEs who were recovered didn't suffer any brain damage. They were able to return to the battle once they were given new bodies. As for your husband, I can't say for sure. A man named Miles Carter came to the center. He used to be a commander. After all the horrifying things he experienced on the surface, he now suffers from PTSD. He's been drowning himself in alcohol for years now. Did you endure such horrific experiences too? Is that why you're refusing to open your eyes? You know, the NIKKEs who went up to the surface with you, they're returning to the battlefield today. So why aren't you? Ew. I have to go. Sweet dreams. Ozra 9. I've been waiting for you. Me? Who might you be? If you're planning on visiting the center, here, take this. Your husband asked me to deliver it to you. What's this? The eyes of the judge are the torch of salvation. Human life, the world in the turmoil. New life, a cruel distortion. Merciless judges descend from the skies. The end is, fear not. Reveal yourself. Oh boy. I can't make out the rest. Thick black lines obscure parts of the text. Eventually they go on to fill the entire page. I turn to the next page. Countless eyes stare at me from the pages. Between the crimson eyes, faintly inscribed words can be seen. Fear not, stand before the judge and reveal yourself. The surface is the altar of God. Death is the path to salvation. Death is not the path to salvation. Death is the path to salvation. Death is salvation. Death. Salvation. Death is the path to salvation. Death is the path that leads to salvation. Death is the true path to salvation. Embrace the end. Beneath the flames of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. Oh boy. Go on ahead and wait for us. Depar and I will follow. Oh God. We're returning to the happy days we once had. New revelation. Holy elixir discovered. Oh boy. Is that like redacted or something? Like reborn live. Elzer, Mia, Bilo, Evan, Khalil, Marco. They ascended to the surface and received salvation from the judges. Miles Carter, Lucas, Emily Cole, Iris Monroe. They consumed the holy elixir of the judge and were reborn as greater beings. Alzra 9, Depara. Through the holy elixir of the judge, the Neovirus, they aim to purify the evil within the Ark, and therefore receive salvation from the judge. Polly, a traitor hidden within the Order, a new breed of human that defies the natural order, intended as a sacrificial offering before the sacred purification ritual. Currently reflecting on her sins in the Reformation chamber beneath the altar. You know where she is. Embrace the end. Beneath the flames of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. With that, the cult leader's journal comes to an end. Oh boy. So that's what Ada gave us. My head is spinning, bro. These are the ramblings of someone deeply involved in a cult. Of course, any normal person would get dizzy from reading this. Dee lets out a sigh with me noticing she quietly She had quietly come over to read the journal. Have you contacted the higher-ups? Yes. Blaze Out Squad is due to arrive in 2 hours. Until then, we laid around a bit. We just lay around a bit? No. We need to resolve whatever problems we can, then get out of here. Unless we want to go down in flames along with the mansion. Sounds like fun. I say we resolve as many issues as we can, then get out of here before the place burns down. This is our plan going forward. Now, first things first, let's find this Reformation chamber. Let's find this Reformation chamber where Polly's being held. We gotta find Polly! Hold on. The mansion's going up in flames? What are you talking about? I thought we've discussed this. This is the ARC's protocol for dealing with outbreaks. So their idea of an epidemic response plan. Their idea of an epidemic response plan is to burn everything down. It's not just this place. Am I right? You are. They will torch all the residences around the mansion as well. If they deem the situation to be critical, they might even reduce the outer rim into ashes to stop the disease from reaching the Ark. What? Then what about people living in the outer rim? Don't be so naive. Between the Ark and the outer rim, you already know which one the central government will prioritize. Besides, surely you understand how dangerous and contagious disease would be in an enclosed space like the Ark. The central government will go with the best option available to them, as they always do. This isn't the best option. They're just taking the easy way out, sacrificing a few to save many. Exactly. That's precisely why the central government sees this as the best option. A tale as old as time. Going with whatever's most convenient. What if we put a stop to whatever the Torch of Salvation is up to? Will Blaze Out still intervene then? Only if we can prove there's no risk of the Neovirus spreading any further. I doubt they would intentionally stir trouble. Said Blaze Out scheduled to arrive in 2 hours. That's right. Then we still got time. Let's reassess our next move. Ada, what do you think we should do? I need your input to decide our next course of action. So let's start with that. I'm fine with whatever. As long as we honor our deal, I'm game. D, my stance hasn't changed. I say we resolve as many issues as we can. Then get out of here before this place burns down. This can be our course of action from here on out. So, you're taking the easy way out too? You can't be serious. Since entering the outer rim on our way to the mansion, we didn't encounter a single mutated creature or infected person. That means the virus hasn't spread beyond this mansion yet. So we still have a chance to prove that the Neovirus won't spread any further. That's the spirit. I did say we should resolve as many issues as possible. Alright, first we rescue Polly, then we find a way to deal with the Neovirus situation. Now, where do we start looking? According to the journals, Polly's reflecting her sins in the Reformation chamber beneath the altar. If she hasn't been sacrificed yet, that's where she'd be held. There's got to be a passage to the Reformation Center chamber, but somewhere here. Somewhere here, huh? We just need to find whatever opens the secret passage, right? Yes. Are you just gonna stand there all day, Ada? Of course not. Our deal's still on. But I must say, I'm surprised. I had you pegged as a puppet who mindlessly follows orders. Not a chance. Let's cut this chit-chat and find that passage. Right away. Oh boy. Oh boy. As we search the second floor of the mansion, Ada calls out to the front of the altar. Among bowls, blades, and ornaments of unknown purpose lies a rapture core glowing red, as ominous as ever. Looks perfectly suspicious to me, don't you think? Looks pretty suspicious to me, don't you think? I said perfectly. I mean, it works either way. You're definitely right about that. It's extremely odd for a rapture core to be just sitting here like this. D, look over here. Do you stare silently at the altar for a moment before finally speaking? Nice find. Forget the core. Focus on what it's around. Around it. Prompted by these words, I glance back at the altar again. The rapture core, the bold blades, and the candles faintly illuminating the area. Shh. Every so often, a cold breeze sweeps through and a candle flame flickers. Trails of smoke drift toward the platform behind the altar. Upon closer inspection, the smoke is being drawn to a narrow crack in the platform. I knock on the platform. A dull echo rings from behind. I'm guessing there's a hidden space behind this. Bingo. That means our next step is Ada rummages around the altar and points the rapture core toward the platform. Ooh, we like puzzles. Platform slides open, revealing a hidden passageway behind it. I'll go first. Ada grins and slips behind the platform. I peer in and I'm greeted by a staircase descending deep underground. Let's head down, D. Alright. Stay sharp. We don't know what's waiting for us down there. We walk down the long corridor, then Ada, who's ahead of us, stops abruptly. What is it? See for yourself. As Ada steps aside, something piled up in layers comes into view. From regular civilian clothing to work, school, police, nurse, and military uniforms. A variety of clothes are piled up together. Name tag on one of the military uniforms suddenly catches my eye. Miles Carter. Are these the clothes worn by the missing? There's more. Ada gestures silently. Several mass-produced NIKKE's lie collapse beyond the pile of clothes. The condition of their body paint a clear picture of what's going on here. A traitor hidden within the order. Suddenly, bang bang, gunshots ring out. Is it coming from below us? Polly! Polly, snap out of it, Polly. Deep within the corridor. Gah! Tori, fire the rocket launcher. Roger. Figures can be seen emerged in combat with the creature howling ferociously. Miranda and Curry? But who are the other two? Do you know them? Yeah. Well, they look like they're in a tight spot. We should go help them. Oh my god. When did you change? What did you take some of the spare clothes or something that was on the floor? Out of nowhere, an axe flows from behind, striking the creature dead on. G charges forward and grabs the axe, promptly slamming it back into the creature's exposed core in its lower half. Oh my lord. That looks kind of sick. Ugh. By the time D pulls the axe free again, The creature ceased its shrieking. Ooh boy. We got open door. We shall be back soon. I'm gonna record the other part tomorrow at refresh time. And then, yeah, I will be kind of caught up. I hear crying. Is that Polly crying? Never mind, we don't. Polly. Oh no. How traumatized are you? Ugh. Polly, are you awake? Miranda? Are you hurt? And Query? What are you two doing here? Depara? Now's not the time to be standing around. Depara's headed to the surface. Calm down, Polly. You don't look so good. Polly attempts to stand up, but promptly drops back down. It's clear she suffered a great deal while trapped here. Commander, you're here too? Hmm? I see some familiar faces here. About that. This is Jill and Claire. They were escaping from Raccoon City when their vision turned blurry. The next thing they knew, they ended up in this mansion. What? What? So they got dragged in from another world through the D-Wave too. Everyone, mind if I say something? I explained the D-Wave in detail. So that's why things weren't adding up. Another world. But we can still return to our world, right? Sure, all we gotta do is wake up the gatekeeper. Now let's go get this gatekeeper thing out of bed. Before we do that, there's something I wanted to ask. Does Umbrella Corporation also exist in this world? Umbrella Corporation? Yes, it seems like Umbrella Corporation is what's behind what happened in this mansion. No, I don't believe I ever heard of an Umbrella Corporation in our world. Those documents we found in the mansion are the only data we have on Umbrella. But we'll have to dig a little deeper to get the full picture. So they don't exist here. But then why? Claire, let's hold off on waking up the gatekeeper for now. Why? You heard him. Although we don't know precisely what's going on, it's clear that Umbrella has some kind of influence on this world. We can't let this stand. We have to make things right before leaving. Make things right. Claire looks at Query. You said your colleague followed Depara all the way here, right? Then we've got to find them. Both Depara and your colleague. And everyone else who's gone missing. After that, we'll make sure they'll never be able to do this again. I'm sick of watching viruses rob people of what's precious to them. You think we could really handle this on our own? Come on, Corey, I believe in you. Are you saying you don't have faith in me? Ooh, she remembered the words she said. If we leave things like this, it'll bug me endlessly, and I won't be able to focus on finding my brother. Alright, I might as well give it a shot. So, where do we begin? Hold up. I'm really thankful everyone is offering to help. But there's still something left to verify. Verify? Yes. I still need to... I haven't heard that person's introduction. Oh my god! It drifts toward D, who is sitting silently in the corner. At some point, without me noticing, she's changed into a police uniform. Agent Winters, BST. BST? Biohazard Strike Team. Okay, D. We deal with any incidences inside the Ark involving biohazards. After merging with ACPU, we've been tasked to deal with the current incident involving the viruses. My, very impressive. Effective immediately, I'll be joining your team. I presume I can count on your cooperation, Commander. We will be personally leading this operation. Huh? Is there a problem, Commander? Seems D doesn't want anyone to know that she's with a perilous squad. Did I say it? I forget if I said. There's a lot of names that come up again that I forget if I say right or not. I'll play along for now. We could use any help you can give us, Polly. Okay, I'll do my best. I'm kind of in rough shape though. I might need some assistance from y'all. I believe that covers all the introductions. Shall we move on, Commander? Right. Okay, let's get over go over the situation again. And share what we've all found in the mansion so far. Torch of Salvation. Cult refers to rapture as judges descended from the heavens, who will guide all foolish mortals to their reckoning. And the cult firmly believes that it will lead them to salvation in the process. Group Algebra 9. She is reportedly in despair as her husband and former commander remains comatose. It is believed that she received a rapture core from an unknown individual, which served as a catalyst for the cult's founding. After establishing the Torch of Salvation, Alva enticed patients and visitors at the counseling center to join the cult. They began holding regular gatherings at the mansion and outer rim. Some cultists were even sent to the surface and offered as sacrifices to the raptures. All individuals who went missing in the past 2 weeks have been linked to the Torch of Salvation, I'm guessing. Clothes were found at the entrance of the Reformation Chambers. The timeline of disappearances coincide with the D-Wave incident. The disappearances began after cult members were used as test subjects during the development of the Neovirus. Building upon the T-Virus, which hails from another world, it is synthesized by refining a holy elixir extracted from a rapture's body. This particular rapture is located at coordinates RAC 10.1. When injected into organic matter, the virus significantly enhances physical and regenerative abilities. However, the side effects include bodily distortion, significant cognitive decline, and increased violent tendencies. Spreading the neovirus within the Ark to incite chaos, and using the resulting confusion to allow raptures in was all part of the Torch of Salvation's plans. This operation was codenamed Project Evil, Reborn Evil. If the situation is not resolved within 2 hours, Blaze Out will initiate a full-scale purge. Did that about sum it up? It sounds like we've settled on a plan. We're here to put a stop to the Project Reborn Evil. Is that it? When you put it like that, it sounds simple, no? It sure doesn't feel that way to me. Still, all we can do is try. With as many super cops in our midst, I'm sure things will work out somehow. Yeah, everything will turn out fine, somehow. But who exactly is the super cop you're talking about? I think that's about everything for now. Next, we need to figure out how to stop Project Reborn Evil from taking place. First, we stop the neovirus from spreading outside the mansion. Second, we prevent the raptures from infiltrating the Ark. These two are what really matters. You mentioned earlier that that's the way to the lab? Yeah, we came down from that side. Makes sense. It's alright with you, I'll handle the virus. Huh? I got a few ideas in mind. But it's a plan that requires Agent Winters from the BST. What do you say, Winters? Want to try your luck with me? Agent Winters, are you up for it? No issues on my end. Alright then, I'll leave the virus to Ada and Agent Winters. As for the raptures... About the raptures... There's something I wanted to share, but it's that... Well... I was caught by the cultists not long after sneaking into the mansion. So I'm embarrassed to say I didn't discover anything noteworthy, but I did come across something that could serve as a clue. And what's that? Basically, up until a moment ago, Depara was being held here with me. But the cult leader came and took her away just before you all arrived. While I was here, I heard her say something. All preparations are complete. It's time to head to the surface to face our reckoning. Winters, do you happen to know if there was an abandoned elevator nearby? There was one elevator left, but it's supposed to be decommissioned. Coordinates? I'll ask my partner to send it over right away. Alright, do it as fast as you can. While Ada, it says that, but I'm guessing then, while Ada and Winters are handling the virus, the rest of us will make sure the cult leader doesn't make it to the surface. What's that noise? I knew things wouldn't be this easy. Holly, can you move? I'll be fine. You all go ahead. I can at least buy you some time. I told you it was okay to go ahead. Why'd you two decide to stay? Because you can't even stand up properly right now. I could say the same about you, Miranda. I'm fine. The thunderous sound echoing down the passage grows closer. That feels like a nightmare. Wouldn't you agree, Miranda? Yes. Wait, huh? I said this feels like something out of a nightmare. Which part exactly? Aren't you gonna pinch me to make sure I'm not dreaming? Are you sure? Are you sure you're okay? You're shaking pretty badly. That sound keeps reminding me of something. That abomination we ran into earlier. And all those things we saw in the lab, they just keep popping up in my head. So my body just keeps shaking. It's all very scary, isn't it? Yeah, I figured. It's not too late. You can still leave and catch up with the others if you want. We'll take care of the creatures. That's right, you don't have to stay behind just because of me. Before, when the Ark was in danger, there was something you said, Polly. That we're police officers. So protecting civilians and keeping the Ark safe, that's what police officers are meant to do. That's why I'm choosing to stay behind. In order to solve the problems at hand, someone needs to keep the creatures distracted. Only then can we protect the civilians and keep the Ark safe. God damn, that is a big bitch to be stomping like that. I may not be able to stop the trembling, but... Polly? Aww. That's so fucking cute. He's giving her a little head pat, and Jill's just smiling. Aw, that's so adorable, bruh. It's so cute. Ah. Polly places a hand on top of Miranda's head. Thanks, Miranda, for choosing to stay behind for that reason. I'm so glad. Looks like there are solid cops in this world too. Miranda, you were asking earlier who the super cop was. Yes, I'm still curious about that. She's gonna say it's you. Well, I don't think we need to look any further. Huh? Yeah. From one super cop to another? Let's take this thing down. Aw, hell yeah. My goats! Ugh. Beneath these acts, a grotesque creature that attacked the labs lets out a final cry. Aren't you done yet? Patience is a virtue, D. Your boyfriend might not like it if you act like that. Or should I say Winters? When it's just us, you can call me D. D yanks the axe out from the core and glances towards Ada. Despite the pitched battle, during the pitched battle occurring right beside her, Ada, without so much as a glance, remains hunched over the computer terminal, typing furiously at a keyboard. Judging by the countless black windows and the lines of the commands being inputted, it seems like she's trying to hack in. If it isn't gonna work, say it now. We need to come up with some other plan. Yeah. Ada resumes clacking away at the keyboard. Deeming herself incapable of contributing at the computer, Dee heads towards the incubation chamber. Corpses lie scattered outside the broken chamber, across a sea of shattered glass. They're a horrific sight, but Dee gazes at them unflinchingly. She reads the names written on each hospital gown aloud, one by one. Edward Monroe, Willie Monroe, Blake. It's as if she's making a vow to remember them all. Once finished, she approaches the grotesque creature she's just taken down. Her axe carves an arc through this. I was doing so good, god damn it! Her axe carves an arc through the air, leaving a black streak. The creature is cleaved in two. The upper body of a mass-produced NIKKE and lower limbs of a rapture. The dog tags her. Found them. Bitch. 1996322. Ada, who had been typing away at the keyboard, suddenly froze. What is it? Just curious what you're doing. Are you looking for someone? No. What then? I'm memorizing their names so I can verify them when we get back to the Ark. That way I can find out who they were. And I need to find out a way they came to believe in the Torch of Salvation. And all the things they've done along the way. Before I can make an objective judgment about their deaths. That's the only way. But only by knowing what led to this can we prevent a second Torch of Salvation from rising. Can I ask you something? Does working behind a wall of anonymity ever get tiring? If you were to die, no one would ever know what you've done, or that you've even had these thoughts. It doesn't matter. My actions tip the cosmic scale. If my actions tip the cosmic scale even slightly towards the side of good, I'll do whatever it takes for justice. More importantly, there's someone now who will remember me. Someone who will remember you? That's great. Enough talk, let's finish this. That reminds me. Ada pulls up a new window on the monitor. At the bottom of the document titled Project Reborn Evil. Evil purified in 9 hours. It's frozen. The countdown that had been ticking down has come to a halt. The neovirus won't spread into the Ark. I've also wiped all data related to the T-virus, so don't worry so much. You could have at least told me that earlier, you know. I'll take that as a thank you. Now then. Ada stretches, then begins rummaging through the pockets of the researchers lying motionless beside the computer. Why don't we see what kind of people we're dealing with? AD, you know, usually among researchers like these, there's always bound to be the one that still has a tiny shred of a conscience left. Enough to stash a vaccine somewhere. Out of nowhere, Ada reveals a vaccine sample in her hand. Now that I've got a hold of this, our deal is complete. Our deal? Without another word, Ada begins to head out the lab. Ada, you sure you don't need to go? To check on your boyfriend, I mean? Guess I should. As she exits the lab, a cold breeze brushes past her ear. Ada is perched on the windowsill of a wide open window. Take this. Ada tosses something. What's this? The USB drive abandoned with ornate engravings. Ornate engravings. Perfectly balanced scales is etched into the surface. Considered payment for your honesty. Well then. With that, Ada finds a hook shot and vanishes out the window. Where are you going, Ada? To go, or do I have to wait? Oh no, I can. Okay. Behind the mansion, along the path leading to the elevator, a veritable mountain of garbage is piled up. It reeks. Can't believe they just put trash dump. I can't believe they put a trash dump right behind the mansion. How do they stand being so close to the stench? I guess they're just used to it. What? The residents here pick through heaps of trash dumped from the Ark, searching for anything they can salvage. They make a living selling what they find. You just have to learn to live with the smell if you want to survive out in the Outer Rim. Let me get this straight. They make ends meet by selling trash dumped from the Ark and putting up with it smells like this? Is this really what people face in this world? Yes. Reality is unforgiving no matter where you go. Hurry? Query fidgets with her rocket launcher in silence. Hey, Query. Yes? Penny for your thoughts? Oh. I'm just thinking. Is it really okay? Is what okay? I can't help but think that someone other than me should have tagged along. Someone with more field experience, like Agent Winters from BST. Or someone more suited for combat. You were blasting things left and right with that rocket launcher. And now you're second guessing yourself? Before this, most of what I've done had been administrative work. Except the special circumstances Polly or Miranda typically handle field operation. Saving all of humanity. Such a monumental task is better left to someone else, not me. Come on. None of that stuff matters. I was just an ordinary college student. But I survived Raccoon City, and now I'm surviving just fine here too. It's what's in here that counts. Our hearts. We got more pretty art. I love art, bro. Especially in collab events. The cute ass smile. Okay, Claire. Claire lightly taps. Jeez, words. Claire, I almost did it again. Claire lightly taps her chest with her fist. Watching Claire, Curry mutters quietly. That's what counts. You came all the way to this dangerous place because you wanted to save your friend. And not only did you rescue Polly, you did it with style. That means you can save the Para too. Hell, you can even save all of humanity. You got what it takes. You think so? Of course. And there's more good news. What's that? You're not alone, because you got me. So, is that comforting? That's comforting, right? A faint smile crosses Curry's face at Claire's playful words. Yeah, I feel really reassured. See? So it's what's inside that counts. What's inside? Whew. Chloe grips her rocket launcher tightly with what seemed a newfound resolve. Shall we keep moving? Yes. I spot the elevator Kay told us about in the distance. Here too, huh? We can't catch a break, can we? In front of the elevator stood more of the same creatures we've been fighting all this time. Corey lifts her loaded rocket launcher. I'll take the lead. I feel like the commander just went after the battle in front of the elevator. Zone 9. Zone 9 lies on the ground in a heap. Her abdomen torn open. Jesus. It looks like one of those monsters got to her. Life falls into oblivion, into turmoil. Cruel distortion. Of all things sacred, cold metallic judges descend. Do not resist. The end is nigh. Guide these foolish mortals. Ezra 9. The plan you and the Torch of Salvation put together is doomed to fail. Fail? That's right. Doing this won't save anyone. Heathens like you wouldn't understand. Just you wait. On the day of reckoning, we'll see who's saved. Death is the path to salvation. Death is the path that leads to salvation. Death is salvation. While tending to the delirious cult leader's wounds, Corey shakes her head. Suddenly, the cult leader starts speaking to someone other than those of us present. Her eyes lose focus and their light gradually dims. You're waiting for me, aren't you? I told you Tapara and I would come. We'd return to the happy days we once had and receive salvation. With Tapara's in the elevator. What have I done? The elevator? Inside the elevator, countless homemade explosives cover the floor. Oh god. We have 14 minutes. What? Countdown displayed in the center ticks down 1 second at a time like a time bomb. In addition to the bombs, I spot Tapara laying on the floor. Claire, don't. It's too dangerous. Claire holds back Claire, who is about to rush into the array of bombs. But countless bombs. The timer slowly ticks down. And Tapara is laying in the middle of it all. Claire's eyes dart back and forth before she shuts them. Then, seemingly recalling someone, she utters a name. The young girl she met in her own world. Sherry? I know, my lord. But also, damn, that's sad as fuck. I'm sorry, Curry. Claire shakes off Curry. Ignoring the bombs, Claire rushes straight toward Depar. Are you okay? Depar remains limp and doesn't respond. She's still breathing. Distinct needle marks can be seen in Depar's shoulder. No. Claire, fall back now. She might be infected with the virus. I don't care. I can't leave her like this. And even if she is infected, as long as there's a vaccine, we'll be able to treat her somehow. I don't know if the vaccine exists in this world, but it's better than giving up on her without doing anything. It's always better to put up a fight. Is that what you're looking for? Is this what you're looking for? She has the cure. Oh my god, more art. Holy. The smirk? Okay, Ada, I see you. Damn. But yeah, she has the vaccine. Ada holds a syringe filled with red liquid. That's... I told you I wouldn't let the neovirus leave this mansion, right? Better use it quickly. And I do mean quickly. Oh god. We should probably do something about these explosives while we're at it. Oh, I'll do it. I memorized all the procedures for handling explosives circulating in the art. Alright, once they're taken care of, I think we've done everything we can here. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, looks like it. Har, can you hear me? Don't move, I'm gonna give you something that'll help you. It's gonna sting a little. Looks like we still have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends such as RIC-10-1, the location where the virus components are found. If we want to put an end to this all, we need to take care of that too. Exactly. Once things settle down here, we'll take care of it. Well then, since our deal has concluded, I guess this is where I make my exit. Oh right, that woman, Elsa 9, was it? She was holding on to something important. I'd suggest you look into it. You might find something interesting. Well then, I'll leave it to you. Be sure you make the right decisions. Ada? By the time I turn around, Ada was already gone. The inside of the elevator is in complete disarray. As her 9 vision fades, and memories of the past flash before her eyes. Gathering at the dinner table every evening to talk about our day. All of us sprawled out watching TV together in comfort. The quiet little conversations we'd have before falling asleep. Damn. Memories of those happier days begin to fade and are replaced by new ones. Her husband's hospital room, where she stood witnessing his final moments. The eyes of Elsa 9 and those of her husband locked. Damn! Okay, we have 2 more. I'm actually gonna go take my ass to sleep now this time. I promise. And I'm not just lying. Alright, we're locked back in. I say locked back in, but we only have like 2 more slots left, and then as you can see at the bottom, hard mode unlocks in 3 hours. I somehow caught myself back up within a limited amount of time. 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. You're 3 minutes and 50 seconds behind schedule. What were you planning to do if you had held up Blaze out at the Outer Rim entrance? Kay? Kay gives a subtle wave. Her body is slightly singed in several places. Damn. What happened to you? Oh, this? I ran into a real nasty piece of work. But don't worry, my cover's still intact. Anyway, I heard from the boy. Sounds like things are pretty much wrapped up on your end. Yeah. By the look on your face, I take it things didn't pan out as well. What about the cult leader in Depara? Over there. Casey's Depara sobbing, her arms wrapped around her knees. Oh yeah, because her family's just gone. Kay furrows her brow upon seeing the cult leader collapse nearby. You're right, things ended badly. Still, her expression is any indication. I'd say the cult leader paid for her sins. What did you decide about the mansion? Was out plans to torch the place? Plans to torch the place, along with the nearby residential areas. Told me to get out before it's too late. So they decided there's no point in leaving it standing? Well, I guess. Be it the Neovirus or the Torch of Salvation. It seems they're nipping both in the bud for good. Maybe they want to bury the fact that any of this ever happened. I already checked. There aren't any survivors, so don't make that face. Thanks. Speaking of which, where's the commander and the others? I thought you were with them. They went to the surface. Said they're ending this mess. Why did you follow them? I've got something to wrap up here. Why didn't you follow them? I'm assuming that's what it meant to say. And what's that? They said Ada's vanished and the moment she handed over the vaccine sample. I'm going after her. So yeah, I'm heading off now. Make sure you look after Depara. Later. What? Hey, do I look like a babysitter? He steps out of the mansion. To you? Upon reaching the surface, we head towards coordinates RIC 10-1. Jill intently studying the scripture. It is the scripture that Elsa 9 clung onto until her dying breath. Thus spoke the Lord. Salvation lies beneath the merciless judges. Embed the holy elixir and cast off the sins of your mortal flesh. Be reborn as a greater being. Doesn't seem to be any particularly noteworthy. Yeah, it just seems like these strange prayers from the start. On turning page, Jill drops in surprise. What is it? Jill turns the scripture toward me. Something inscribed in red lettering. RIC 110. Beneath the merciless judges, the altar where the holy elixir of the judge. There is a revelation. Revelation? What revelation? Could it be something that's written after? This is going to the scripture. Apparently there's some document appeared on one day scattered around the altar. The research paper detailing the T-virus experiments that we saw earlier. The believers of the Torch of Salvation regarded this as a way to fulfill their destiny. A revelation from God. Umbrella will prove the way forward for us. Oh boy, that's not a thing I would like hearing. After these initial sentences, all that follows is writing praising Umbrella Corporation. They didn't have access to any information about the D-Wave or other worlds, so they defied those Umbrella documents as a holy wreck. Defied. Oh my god, my brain is shutting down. As holy relics. Since to them, the information they needed suddenly materialized out of nowhere. Looks like we got our answer. Those that got caught in the D-wave and crossed over wasn't just us, but these documents too. That seems to be the case. Kay said she'd handle disposing of all those documents. Well, now that that's cleared up, let's focus on the task at hand. Seems we've arrived to where it all began. How awful. Yeah. Among the ruins, I spot an altar in the distance. Several unarmed bodies are sprawled around. Their expressions are peaceful. I assume that's the target. An enormous rapture stands behind the bodies, looking strangely out of place. It remains motionless, as if rooted to the ground. Commander, requesting permission to engage. Are you sure about this, Polly? You should have gone back to the Ark along with the Para. I'm sure. I'm totally fine. Miranda and Corey are here after all. We've got Jill and Claire too. That's right. The super cops are all assembled. You're really fixated on that word, aren't you? It's probably because no one's ever called it that before. Alright. Commence engagement. Alright then, let's do this. It may look like it's lodged in the ground, but all the same, don't let your guard down. We won't know what it's capable of. Understood. Encounter. With another nurse crash, the rapture collapses. Good work, everyone. Whew. So that's a wrap on this whole virus mess, right? An ominous-looking fluid seeps from the rapture's carcass. That must be the fluid the Torch of Salvation regarded as the holy elixir of the judge. To make sure we don't have a repeat of this incident, it's probably best we send it to MMR for analysis. I'll request an investigation into this. We can't let something like this ever happen again. The ACPU will keep a close eye on it. We'll make sure this mess doesn't take place again. That's reassuring. I'm glad the Ark has people like you looking after it. We've got to do our best that our citizens can feel safe. That's right. I'll work even harder so I won't be nervous next time. I'm rooting for you. So, all we have to do now is take down the rapture called Gatekeeper, right? Where do we find it? I'm all warmed up. Let's get there and finish this fast. About that. I have a question. Yes? Have you two always been this radiant? Light is emanating from Jill and Claire's bodies. Oh. I bet you it's something Ada did. Ada already figured it out and defeated it or something. That could only mean one thing. Gatekeeper is awakened. Jill, Claire, it's time to go home. Wait, they're leaving just like that? After going through all that, you don't even get to see the Ark? It's alright. I fulfilled my duty as a cop to protect civilians and defend the Ark. That alone is reason enough for me to end up in this world. Wouldn't you agree, Miranda? Yes, you're right. Thank you for everything. Miranda salutes Jill and Claire with pride. Seeing this, Paul and Corey mirrors Miranda and salutes them too. Despite the confusion of being thrust into another world, the three of you still went out of your way to help us. You never gave up, and never faltered in the face of danger. And for that, I can't thank you enough. Aw, it's the least we can do. Now you're making me blush. By the way, Query, we kinda need to look after Depara. Take good care of her. She's gonna feel pretty alone. Got it. You can leave it to me. And Winters, was it? Send her my regards as well. I certainly will. Well then, seems like it's time to go. Claire waves and Jill salutes in silence as their bodies become enveloped in light. Bye-bye, you two. Soon the light dissipates and the two women vanish. In a back alley of the Outer Rim, in the distance, a mansion is ablaze. Didn't expect to find you here. I wanted to see how everything wrapped up. You're late. I thought you'd show up a little sooner. Ada holds something up and waves it. It's the tracker D planted. So you knew. So, what can I do for you? Kay told me. Jill and Claire got pulled into this world through a D-wave only a few hours ago, but you've been in the Ark for 2 or 3 weeks now. That's right. Had a nice little tour of the Ark. A fascinating place. More to it than I expected. What kind of deal did you make with X? Oh. You know perfectly well I won't answer that. A moment later, Ada's body enveloped in light. I guess we'll have to cut our conversation short. Since you came all the way here, let me give you a little gift, D. People like us, who work in the shadows, we must always have an ace hidden up our sleeves, ready to use whenever we need it. Catch my drift? Well, no parting words. Thanks. I appreciate you helping us see this through. Well then, see you around. Take care, dear. So it wasn't Ada either. So the gatekeeper was just, oh, I'm awake now. Wrap it up, y'all. In an instant, Ada's gone, leaving Dee alone in the back alley. An ace up the sleeve. In Dee's hand, the USB Ada gave her. Is that why you gave this to me? Dee soon disappears into the shadows. Damn, now we wait for hard mode. That's crazy. The people from the other world have left. Now we wait for the hard mode. Because normally that has the ending, and that won't probably be for a couple days. I say a couple days. It's gonna be like 3 days till I finish it because, you know, I don't buy stamina. The only time I really buy stamina is if it's an important event.
Looking
like an
forward to our
anniversary
next
and I want to
mission
finish
together.
it in one go so I don't get spoiled. Anyway, I shall see y'all in the hard mode. Bye-bye. Lock in, we're in the end of hard mode. We're pretty much in the calm before the storm, because next major event is most likely gonna be the anniversary. So yeah, we gotta lock in, but before that, we gotta finish Resident Evil. Hell yeah. Another job well done. Both the D-Wave and Neovirus incidents have been resolved. Is it really over? Yes, at least on the surface. I have a few questions though. Feel free to ask. But as you're well aware, I can only answer within the limits of what can be disclosed. I'm sure you understand. Understood. Well then. First, about the D-Wave. Do you know why the Gatekeeper woke up even though there was no battle? This is only my hunch. But I suspect the Gatekeeper may have awakened after experiencing a dream it found satisfying. Or perhaps it was a nightmare. Like everything involving the Neovirus being resolved? Possibly. Well, we'll likely get another chance to verify this during the next D-Wave event. Is that all you're curious about? One more thing. During the mission, we encountered a strange monster that was a fusion of Rapture and NIKKE. Has her identity been uncovered? Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to discuss that. I see. It wasn't the Neovirus that caused it. Not much I can tell you. So it wasn't infected with the neovirus? In any case, well done with this mission. You must be tired. Go get some rest. So it wasn't the neovirus. Oh, they're using that to tee up some future stuff in the story. Oh, it's about to get wicked. After submitting my report, I visit the infirmary for a checkup. Hey, Mana. All vitals are normal. So I can head back to the commander's room? Yes. There shouldn't be any issues. By the way, how's Depara? Since she was directly injected with the virus, we'll need to continue monitoring her. However, it's unlikely to affect her daily life. Thanks to the vaccine sample you provided, research is progressing smoothly. Glad to hear it. What about the fluid from the Rapture's body? Are you analyzing that too? I'm sorry, but I'm not authorized to answer that. That's alright, I figured. I'll stop bothering you and head out. Oh, before you do. Uh-oh. Music shut off. Would you like to speak with Depara? Ooh. Are you feeling any better? Yes, thanks to you. Puri was here only a moment ago. You just missed her. She was? She said she'll keep stopping by from time to time. She was probably just looking out for me. Especially after everything that's happening. Still, I'm grateful for you and everyone else. You stopped my mother before she could cause any more damage. I failed. I tried to take responsibility for her sins. Tried to stop her any way I could. And this is how it turned out. Points to the injection mark on her neck with a self-deprecating smile. If only I hadn't tried to fix everything on my own. If I had gone to the police, if I had told the central government, none of this would have happened. It's all because I tried to protect my mother. All those people in that mansion and in the Ark, that wasn't your fault. Par lowers her head and cries for a long time. Aw, damn. All I can do is pat her on the back. You know, I made a promise to Query. I promised that I'd take responsibility for what happened. Take responsibility? Yes. If I can become a police officer to stop something like this from ever happening again, maybe that can be my way of atoning for what happened. But I'm not sure if I'll actually make it. My grades in school aren't that great. You'll be fine. It's what's inside you that matters. What's inside? Alright, I'll give it my best shot. On the way back to the commander's room, the streets are abuzz with nocturnal noise. All the pedestrians have no idea what it takes to keep things this way. Memories of the mansion come flooding back. In order to stop the plot diverse by the Torch of Salvation, NIKKEs and people from another world fought along each other. Thanks to them, this place can remain peaceful. As my reminiscence comes to a close, my talk with Depara lingers in my mind. Atonement, huh? I have to keep trying, harder than before. No taking the easy way out. I need to do what I can, as best as I can. With a renewed resolve, I close my eyes. Aid. Sorry, I don't know why. I read it and Aid popped in my mind. That's crazy out of context. Ada, Jill, and Claire. I hope that one day they can return to their normal everyday lives. I mean, not to be a Debbie Downer, but the timeline that they pulled them from, they were all literally leaving Raccoon City, and with future foresight, they have years and years of BS to go through still, so... I don't know about that. Ooh, my goats. What are you staring at? Kicking in the rain? No. Taking cover from it. Huh? So did you check? Yeah. What do you think? That's what I wanted to ask you. What do you think? Justice must be carried out. Yeah? You said Ada gave you this USB, right? It should be enough. X created the Torch of Salvation. He took those research papers detailing the T-virus experiments and placed them on that altar found in on the surface. It proves he was the one who orchestrated this whole thing. Now, I don't know if there's any point of proving all this, so it doesn't matter. I'm not using it yet. And what's your plan? I need to keep this hidden, so it's ready when it's needed, when I need it. He takes the USB from Kay and walks off in the darkness. So you're gonna uphold justice, are you? Not bad. Kay walks off in the opposite direction. Only the sound of the rain remains in the back alley. Ooh, they are setting up. And that is
well, Commander.
the end of that. We have made it through Reborn Evil, the Resident Evil crossover of NIKKE and Resident Evil. I don't know why I set it up like that, but all in all, it was a fun little event, and it was perfect mood for like a Halloween setup stuff, you know. Yeah, no, it was a vibe, and yeah. Since we're here at the end now, if you made it all the way through, I really appreciate those that stuck through all the way to the end. If you did, because like that was a lot of goddamn reading, and that was a lot of me stumbling over my goddamn words of reading. I had to lock in on some parts. But yeah, no, it was fun. I enjoyed my time with it. I didn't mention, but as the time is recording, we're getting an SSR Delta, and if you don't know who Delta is, yeah, we're getting an SSR, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Is she gonna be just like some cool like military lady? Bro, what in the Metal Gear? She might be good, but at the same time, this could just be hella bait, because this is right before the goddamn anniversary. They're petty as hell for that. NIKKE always does this, no matter what, and I can't hate that much either. But also, they showed the PJ Rappy, and it looks mad fucking cute. As much as I like this skin, I'm gonna have rotations of Rappy skins, which is crazy because, like, bro, this is so pretty. Like, genuinely, it's just a pretty and nice looking skin. And knowing how, you know, gacha costumes are for the poll winners, we're most likely going to get a mini story like we did for Modernia and Red Hood, respectively, for their gacha skins. Like, you know, Red Hood, I have it on there. Modernia is Modernia is like low, yeah, down here. Gonna have some more reading to do if that's the case. I'm locking in as best as I can for these reading ones because, man, I've been spoiled with the back-to-back voice acted events that we've been getting. And I low-key, when this was coming up, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this. But I low-key forget that most of the time the crossover events are not voiced. And this was a reminder of that. But yeah, until the next one, thank y'all for chilling. And I will see y'all when I see y'all. Later. Love y'all.